everyone, thanks for stopping by the House of Worship Technology YouTube channel. I'm Matt McQueen, and this is another episode of Church Tech Tip Tuesday. Today I want to talk to you about how and why you should lower your electric guitar player's stage volume. This is something that I think is important because in modern worship, it's very common to see an electric guitar player that has a guitar amplifier and a pedal board, and it's a nice rig, and typically it's going to be a tube guitar amplifier. Well, tube guitar amps sound better when they're turned up. It's just the nature of the way that they're designed. Turning that amp way down and putting it on one, it's not going to be a very satisfying experience for the guitar player because their amp is not going to sound like they're used to hearing it. Even if you put a microphone in front of it and put it in their floor monitor or in their in-ears, it's not going to sound the same on one as what it sounds like, you know, on 2 or 3 or 4, whatever it is that they put it on in their bedroom when they're jamming at home or in their rehearsal space, whatever. So, what can you do about this? Well, a lot of guys are going to take their guitar amplifier and they're going to stick it in a closet or a room that's designated for isolating the amplifiers. But the problem that they're going to run into is if you get 30 or 40 feet away and you're trying to use this really long guitar cable, is you're going to have high-end loss. It's gonna, your tone, the guitar player's tone is gonna sound totally different than when the amplifier is close and connected with a few short cables. Or the other problem that you're gonna run into is you're gonna stretch this cable really far, and because you've got a really long cable, maybe it's gonna run across some power that's underneath the stage or something like that. You can run into ground loops or hums, and it just makes the signal noisier than you would want it to be. So what can be done about this? Well, there are lots and lots of devices, but one that I have particular experience with that I think is great is the Radial SGI. It's the studio guitar interface, and yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, well, it's for studios. Obviously, it's in the name. And originally, yes, for studios, but this is a great device to attach to your pedal board. It's 2 boxes. You have the SGI TX, which is going to go right beside of your Guitarist's pedal board. You're going to take and plug a 1/4-inch cable into the input of it, and then you're going to just set it there and plug an XLR cable into the other side. With this box, you can end up running up to 300 feet away from your pedal board to the guitar amplifier. Put it in another room, put it in an isolation box. Heck, you might even be able to set it in the parking lot and mic it up out there. Okay, I'm joking, but seriously. Then you have the RX, or the receive box, that goes on the other end, and you're going to simply connect the XLR to the input of that box, and then another 1/4-inch cable from the output, and it's going to go straight into the guitar amplifier. And it sounds great. The other thing that Radial has included as part of this package is it has a drag control. Now, according to Radial, what the drag control does is it's something that's adjustable so that you can, over that long distance and with the buffer, you can end up making the guitar amplifier feel like to the guitar player exactly what it feels like to be plugged into it with a much shorter cable. So these 2 boxes together with a long piece of XLR can let you set your amp really anywhere that you want to put it and mic it up so that the guitarist can turn it up to the level that feels right and feels comfortable to them. They can get the sound that is important to them to help them play comfortably on Sunday mornings, and you're going to be able to keep it noise free. It's really important. It's a great device. Guys, I really recommend the Radial SGI. It's great for worship. It's going to keep your stage volume lower because you're going to get that amp off stage, but it's also going to keep your guitarist happy because the tone of the guitar amp, which is really important to those guitar players, is going to stay true to what the guitarist is used to hearing. This has been another episode of Church Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm here every week. If you guys have questions, leave them in the description below or hit us up on Facebook at House of Worship Technology. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.